To Leslie is a 2022 American independent drama film directed by Michael Morris in his feature directorial debut, from a screenplay by Ryan Binaco. The film stars Andrea Riseborough as Leslie Rowland, a single mother and alcoholic who uses up all her prize money she received after winning the lottery. She soon finds the chance to redeem herself when a motel owner offers her a job. Allison Janney, Marc Maron, Andrea Riseborough, Owen Teague and Stephen Root also feature in supporting roles. To Leslie premiered at the South by Southwest Film Festival on March 12, 2022 and was given a limited release on October 7, 2022 by Momentum Pictures. The film received critical acclaim, with Riseborough's performance garnering widespread praise and a nomination for an Academy Award for Best Actress at the 2023 Academy Awards. In July 2019, it was announced that Andrea Riseborough had joined the cast of the film, with Michael Morris directing from a screenplay by Ryan Binaco. In June 2020, Allison Janney and John Hawkes also joined the cast of the film, and in December 2020, Marc Maron and Stephen Root joined the cast of the film, with Maron replacing Hawkes. The film was shot in Los Angeles over the course of 19 days during the COVID-19 pandemic on a budget of less than $1 million. The film had a very limited theatrical release and only grossed $27,000. It was then released on streaming demand as well on October 7th. Following the announcement of Riseborough's Oscar nomination, the film was re-released to 6 theatres, making an estimate of $2,500 to $5,000 over the January 27th, 29th weekend. As Momentum Pictures did not fund a conventional advertising-driven awards campaign for the film, director Michael Morris and his wife, actress Mary McCormack, organised a celeb-backed campaign to get Riseborough nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actress. They contacted friends and colleagues in the entertainment industry, asking them to view the film and share it with others that enjoyed it. Morris and Riseborough also hired publicists to coordinate the efforts. While not widely seen or regarded as a serious awards contender, the campaign successfully raised the film's profile, as dozens of celebrities publicly praised it and Riseborough's performance on social media, some also hosting screenings during the voting for the Academy Awards nominations in January 2023. Riseborough was nominated for the award on January 24th, with the Los Angeles Times calling it one of the most shocking nominations in Oscar history. After the nomination was announced, there was speculation within media and the film industry that the tactics may have violated an Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences rule against directly lobbying voters. Academy rules forbid individuals from giving their personal signature, personal regards, or pleas to watch a film in campaign-related communications. A post on the film's Instagram account was also subject to criticism for possibly violating the Academy rule against singling out competition by name. The post featured a quote from film critic Richard Roper, who praised Riseborough's performance as better than Cate Blanchett's in Tar, a fellow nominee for Best Actress. On January 27th, the Academy announced that they were conducting a review of the campaign procedures around this year's nominees to ensure that no guidelines were violated and to inform us whether changes to the guidelines may be needed in a new era of social media and digital communication. The Academy occasionally rescinds nominations if it is found that the nominee participated in unsanctioned campaigning. However, there were no reports that Riseborough had done so, or that any Academy members had lodged formal complaints about the campaign's behaviour. Consequently, Clayton Davis of Variety and Pete Hammond of Deadline Hollywood both precedented that the nomination would be unaffected. On January 31st, the Academy concluded its review by pledging to address social media and outreach campaigning tactics, which they said caused concern, but confirming that Riseborough's nomination would be retained. The cast includes Andrea Riseborough as Leslie Lee Rowlands, a troubled and manipulative alcoholic from West Texas who wins $190,000 in a local lottery, only to squander the winnings on liquor and drugs. Allison Janney as Nancy, a friend of Leslie's who now has a complicated relationship with her. Owen Teague as James, Leslie's 20-year-old estranged son. Andre Royo as Royal, the owner of a motel where Leslie works. And Marc Maron as Sweeney, a man who helps Royal run the motel and gives Leslie a job. Now, obviously, when you heard all the controversy surrounding Riseborough's nomination, this is one film that I knew I had to see. I, of course, like many others, had never ever heard of this film, and the film, of course, has only grossed $27,000, which means it's been virtually seen by no one. Now, usually actresses and actors get nominated at the Golden Globes, the BAFTAs, etc., leading up, of course, to the Oscars. But suddenly, Riseborough had this nomination come from out of nowhere. But I'm very, very glad that she got it, as she is absolutely brilliant in this movie. It's even a role I think she could win Best Actress for, although she probably will not. Riseborough plays Leslie as a layered, nuanced, complicated woman who at times you enjoy, at times she frustrates, at times you feel angry with her, and at times she just makes you laugh. Riseborough must have done a huge amount of research on what it was like to be an alcoholic, because she just acts perfectly in this role. She never puts a foot wrong, and she leads this film perfectly as she carries the film on her back. It's a fantastic story. It's well written, it's well told. It never becomes too schmaltzy. It never feels too sorry for itself. And it never becomes too much of a big drama that relies on heavy, shocking moments that will leave you in despair. Rather, this is a human interest film that approaches its subject matter with sensitivity and in a nuanced way, and speaks to the sickness of what it is to suffer from addiction. Leslie isn't an evil person. She's just addicted. She's sick. She's unwell. And now she needs to find a way to get better. I thought the performances here, particularly from Marc Maron, was superb, as all he really does is just show Leslie some kindness, some caring, and gives her the time of day. And this allows Leslie now to rise above her addiction and to sort herself out. It's a simple story about a very complicated woman. And as I say, Andrea Riseborough is absolutely magnificent in this role. But every character in the film, though, feels very alive and feels very much real. Every scene rings true for me, and sometimes it really just takes you back in surprising and strange ways. For me, this is honestly one of the greatest portrayals of what it must be like to suffer with alcoholism, and Riseborough never holds back. She never compromises her role in any way. She doesn't endow the character with any sort of fakeness or over-the-top exuberance, but rather she plays a real, down-to-earth person that really is suffering. And what I really found fascinating about the film is that yet it's presented in such a simplistic way, yet it's so heart-wrenching as you just watch this character evolve through this trauma that she's going through. This is a film I would highly recommend that most people see, and in so many ways I'm so glad that she did get this Oscar nomination, albeit in controversial fashion, because without it, most people would never even know this film existed, and this is too good a performance to give a miss. Thought-provoking, powerful, simple, yet complex. To Leslie gets a 9 out of 10.